WWE Summerslam is right around the corner, and we are going to give you guys some really outlandish predictions and thoughts of what could really surprise us, shock us at SummerSlam. What can WWE do to make it just next level, top tier kind of PLE type of deal? Not just having who's going to win, who's going to lose. We already talked about that, and the match card's still figuring itself out. So let's talk about some of the main surprises we could realistically see, kind of shock people, and also some stuff that just say it's not gonna happen. The first one is going to be, of course, Roman Reigns. There is big talk that Roman Reigns could be the big shocking surprise return at SummerSlam. We could add in Paul Heyman into this mix so that we could say that we are going to get both Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns possibly return at SummerSlam. What do you guys think? Let me know. I really personally think that it will happen. I think there's an extremely good chance. I think WWE wants to make something huge out of SummerSlam this year. You can't have every championship change hands and all of that. I really think that one of my predictions already is that Cody retains. Like, Solo is not winning this thing. Also, I have seen a lot of chatter online that people suggest that like Solo should be packing fries, like he should be working at McDonald's. There's nothing wrong with McDonald's, there's nothing wrong with working there, but they're just, you know what I mean? It's getting kind of silly how they're treating Solo. But anyways, I do think that at the end of that match, if WWE wants to pull off something huge, something shocking for fans, it's going to be having Paul Heyman coming out and just saying, ladies and gentlemen, and then boom, you get the Tribal Chiefs music. Now, should Roman Reigns get like some kind of like remixed music? Should he have something updated, something new to surprise people? You know what I mean? Because he's gone through the Tribal Chief, and we are about to enter what we assume is going to be the big base run of Roman Reigns. He's going to come back. Because the thing I say about the entrance music is that it's very long. So you want a big like Stone Cold Steve Austin moment, glass shatter, boom, it comes that's Austin's theme. We could have that with Roman, but his intro is so very long, so long. Are you really gonna have like 20 seconds of just the music building? We know it's Roman, we're just waiting for him to come out. Maybe they do, but I feel like that's a long time. You're standing there. I think you need to kind of like hard cut this thing like halfway through his song, and then he just comes out. It's gonna be so cool if he comes out, isn't it? It's what WWE needs right now. It's gonna really propel the story. Okay, the next shocking thing that could happen, could it happen? It would be shocking. I would like to see it very much. There's a possibility. If we don't get Roman Reigns showing up at SummerSlam, could we get Randy Orton heel turn on Cody Rhodes? Now hear me out. Yes, the big assumption is that we are going to get Roman, boom, spear, Superman punch, boom, it's over to Solo Sikoa, packing fries, Mickey D's. But if we don't get Roman and they save it and they want to make this thing even longer, you get Cody to retain against Solo. Hook or crook, he gets a crossroads in, boom, and then he's down, and you're gonna get the bloodline all attacking Cody Rhodes, doing the big beatdown. But this time, because over the past couple of weeks, the bloodline has been taking out everybody associated with Cody Rhodes. So let's assume you don't get people running out to save Cody, you don't get Kevin Owens, and then you might eventually, hey, big pop, you get Randy Orton coming out, and everyone goes, oh my god, he's here, he's gonna save the day again, he's gonna save Cody Rhodes. And Randy goes and he starts RKOing the bloodline because he's the Viper, and he chucks everybody out of the ring because he doesn't like the bloodline at all. And then Cody turns to him and he's like, yeah, we did it. And then bam, he just goes RKO 1 2 3, and everyone just goes, oh my gosh, Randy, no. I would personally love to see it, and I think it would help propel Cody off into a new direction, not so wrapped up with the bloodline, because we've seen this. And I know Solo's whole thing is I gotta get the title off Cody, but with WWE and Triple H, they like telling multiple like stories going on, and you got multiple roads going on. It gives them options as well for how they want to play this out, because if they're not feeling ready, like they want to pull the trigger on Roman just yet, like they want that thing to happen right now, you can still do a really cool build of Randy and Cody starting their story. And meanwhile, Bloodline is still happening, and you could get Roman Reigns returning at like Survivor Series or the Royal Rumble and do something else that's really cool. I would love to see it. I think eventually we are going to see it, because we did have that backstage moment between Randy and Cody saying people are going to come after that. I feel like we're waiting for Randy to make the turn. Okay, another shocker. It wouldn't be like a shocker. It is a prediction of sorts, but it could be really big surprise. Tiffany Stratton cashing in Money in the Bank and beating Bayley for it. Nia and Bayley are gonna have their match. Tiffany is mixing it up. Tiffany is already on live events and on SmackDown teasing the cash in like she's gonna do it. WWE could do a couple of different things with this though, with the cash in. I don't think Tiffany's gonna fail a cash in, but is she going to get it off of Nia or Bayley? Because there is a possibility that Nia just destroys Bayley and does win the title, only for Tiffany to come out and then take down Nia Jax and win the title off of her. And you're almost doing like the Drew McIntyre type of story where they keep winning the belt but then losing it, get their moment and losing it, and you're screwing over Nia Jax. And that could set up Nia, Tiffany, Bayley all mixed in there together. Or you do kind of the simple thing and you have Nia just absolutely destroy Bayley. Bayley is about to get annihilated. She finally slips out and she gets a pin, roll up, something on Nia Jax, but Bayley is absolutely destroyed. Or post-match, Nia just keeps destroying Bayley, walks up the ramp, and then boom, you have Tiffany Stratton come down and stiffy time, tick tick tock, and then Tiffany Stratton just cashes in and wins the whole damn thing. I think it's it wouldn't be shocking, but I would be pleasantly surprised because it would be a big moment to have at SummerSlam. All right, the next one, it's a little bit more, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be like, ooh, that's cool. And it's Bo Dallas having a match at SummerSlam. Somehow, some Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, Wyatt Six thing happening at SummerSlam that would really shock people. And why I say that this would kind of shock, or why it would happen, I mean, we had the moment on Raw between Chad Gable and Bo Dallas, which is really cool. I think you almost give Bo / Uncle Howdy that Fiend moment. Remember when the Fiend debuted against Finn Balor? And tell me, was that SummerSlam? It was SummerSlam. So you can kind of almost go a little full circle here. Chad Gable in the ring. He says, I'm gonna have a match against Bo Dallas. And then he thinks he's gonna get Bo. And then we get a full proper entrance of Uncle Howdy. You get the crowd chanting holy shit. And it's going to be almost again that full circle kind of moment, like the Fiend had his big debut match against Finn Balor at SummerSlam. So you're telling a little bit of a parallel story there, which would be really cool. You get the Wyatt Six all involved, and somehow Chad Gable lights out. He gets like destroyed and sucked through the fog or something like that. Because I don't think you would get Bo. They're doing a great job with Bo Dallas and the Uncle Howdy story, in my opinion, where you are getting this Jekyll and Hyde. You are getting the alter ego of Bo Dallas with the Uncle Howdy. And they've established on Raw that Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy, obviously. Like, duh. And everyone's playing like, oh, duh, it's Bo. But they're giving him almost that Joker type of character, especially on Raw with the beatdown. And you have Chad beating him down and he's laughing the whole time. It reminded me so much of the Joker. So I think that you could get fans kind of shocked to see a really cool moment match type of thing happening between Chad and Uncle Howdy. Now my next one is more of a shocking return, and I don't know necessarily this would happen at SummerSlam, and I don't know who they would go after, like where it would make sense. Maybe Bianca, maybe Jade, or maybe this person interferes in the women's title match. I'm not sure, but a really cool return could be Charlotte Flair. Now we know Charlotte has been injured for a very long time, but I do feel like WWE has kept all things Charlotte very, very low key. We only see her recovering training on social media, and I don't know in what capacity. Maybe she would even go and turn on Raw, and then she would go after Liv and Rhea and all of that stuff. Who knows? But if she was ready, SummerSlam is an excellent spot to have a return. If not, then I would say like the Royal Rumble for Charlotte to come back and get the big pop there. And I definitely think that if she were to return at SummerSlam, you need to put her in as a full-fledged heel. And that's also a really good foil and moment for Bayley, more obstacles for her to go up against. And you could get a lot more mix happening in the women's division on SmackDown, where you could have Charlotte, Bayley, Nia, Tiffany, all mixing it up, going for the belt. Okay, my last prediction here, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy the show here, my name is Matt. Welcome to Assemble. Hi, good to see you if you made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. And guys, if you want to support the channel, you hit the subscribe button, because then we're almost gonna get to like 10,000 subs, which is amazing. Thank you for support. So the last prediction is a wild, outlandish one. And if we don't get Roman, and if we don't get Randy, and we don't get any of that fun stuff, something has to happen with the Bloodline main event segment. That something has to go down. And the outlandish, shocking surprise that we could see at SummerSlam would be the return of the final boss, The Rock. Again, if we don't play the card of Roman Reigns returning, which everyone wants and everyone expects to have, you still get the same result from the Cody match, I feel, where you have Cody retain but gets destroyed by the Bloodline. Maybe there's no Randy because he has been taken out and they don't want to play that just yet. Everyone expects Roman to return, but maybe, just maybe, Cody beats the odds, thwarts off the Bloodline, but then boom, final boss music hits. Cody's already broken down, just destroyed from the match and the beatdowns and everything, and you just have the final boss walk super slow into the ring, comes in, rock bottom to Cody, and holds up the belt with the Bloodline, and puts himself front and center as the proper final boss leader of the bloodline. So you have this tribal chief of Solo Sikoa, and you have The Rock, the final boss. Because even when it was before WrestleMania and it was Rock and Roman was tribal chief, Rock acknowledged that, and Rock was final boss though. So it's the pecking order is a little bit different here. And I do think that this is very, very possible. I know a lot of people probably say, well, The Rock's not gonna come back now. He's got movies to film. He's a busy person. I'm talking one appearance. I'm talking just for SummerSlam main event. We're talking 6 minutes out of his day where he comes in and he just does a rock bottom and puts up the ones, and that's it. And it's over, and it leaves all the questions of what's going to happen next. You don't need Rock to come back on TV and start getting into the massive storyline. You have now planted that seed and you step back for a while. Then you can go into the mode of having Roman return, and that could be Survivor Series, and that could be Royal Rumble or whatever. I just feel like there's so much more that you can pull out of the bloodline story that if you're going to do the Roman return, feels like things are going to start to pick up and go fast. That's not a bad thing, but I just feel like Rock returning would be the ultimate shocker at SummerSlam.